Did Buddha suffer depression? A profound insight from Arun Maji. Life is painful, isn't it? Truth is, life will always be painful. We all have pain, we all have sufferings. If someone says he has no pain, check his pulse, he is dead. Yet we all live. Not only we live, we smile too. Though often, we smile through tears, we sing with achy heart, and we love with wounded soul. Is that nothing? This tells me something very extraordinary about human being. I am mesmerized by man's courage, determination, and generosity. Life is uncertain, stormy, and painful, yet most human do reasonably well. Yet, not all days are sunny, not all nights are dreamy. Some days, we succumb to despair, some days, we rise to the glory of a star. And this is life, with its uncertain whimsical characteristics. Many a times we have too much pain. We want to cry, but we cannot. Often we want to smile, but we cannot. Our this unexpressed pain often stays caged in our hearts for a long time. This pain then builds up more and more, until a time comes when we cannot bear it anymore. But the good news is, if there is problem, there is solution too. To begin with, I ask you, did Buddha suffer depression? None knows for sure. But he certainly knew about pain and suffering. And he certainly knew what it meant to suffer. Siddhartha's mother Maya, the queen, dreamed an white elephant offered her a lotus flower, and then the elephant entered side of her body. When the sages were asked to interpret this dream, the sages replied the queen would give birth to a boy, and he would either rule the world or be an enlightened man. Siddhartha's father wanted his son to be a ruler, not an enlightened man. He feared the possibility of his son walking the path of a sage. So he drowned Siddhartha into extreme indulgence. When Siddhartha was 16 years old, his father made him marry his cousin Ksodhra, an exquisitely beautiful girl. They immediately fell in love. It's said, their honeymoon lasted 10 years long. They were in so much of love, that once, when the couple were in union, they rolled off the terrace onto a flower bed. But they did not even notice they fell off. When he was 26 years old, he went out of his palace, and there he saw an old, frail man. Siddhartha was upset seeing him. Siddhartha asked his attendant what he was. The attendant replied, he is an old man. We all will grow old and frail one day. Thereafter Siddhartha saw a diseased man, and the attendant told him he is ill, and we all will suffer disease one day. Then Siddhartha saw a corpse, and the attendant told him he is dead, and we all will die one day. This was a shocking experience for a prince who spent his 26 years of life only in pleasure and indulgence. He was possibly shocked more than any other being, as his mind was never initiated to cruel reality before. Now he realized, even he would grow old and frail. He would have disease, and he would die too. Even a prince would not be able to escape those sufferings. Did he get frightened then? Did he feel sad and gloomy? He possibly felt an excruciating pain within him. Else, why would he abandon his princehood, his kingdom, his beautiful wife, his gorgeous son, his loving father and stepmother? Possibly he felt an infinite pain, and that was the reason he embarked on a journey to find a solution to the profound challenge of humanity. Is there any escape from human sufferings? A needle can dig only a pinhead-size earth, but only a massive earthquake can dig a sea. As is the force, so is the work. I am very sure, Buddha's sensitive mind suffered a mountain-sized pain. And that is why, he set out for a journey to answer the infinite questions of why does human being suffer? Is there any escape? Only in darkness, light is born. Only in sea-size gloom, a mountain-size mind is born. Siddhartha's enlightenment was not without pain, despair, and suffering. In fact, he suffered a sea-size pain. Siddhartha said, although my father and stepmother were grieving with tears on their faces, I cut off my hair, I put on the yellow robes and went forth from home into homelessness. I had been wounded by the enjoyment of the world, and I left palace longing to obtain peace. Mark the phrase to obtain peace, it means he was not in peace, he was suffering immensely. Because he was in agony, so he longed for peace. Because he was wounded, so he wanted to heal. Because he was in despair, so he wanted to see light. Friends, now you tell me, did Buddha suffer depression? Please keep listening to Arun Maji, he will keep talking on human despair, and ways to shine as a star in darkness.